looking for a fire to keep me on the line. A fire with a dazzling light. And I don't know